Hi, I'm Judy Sartain with Stearns-Montgomery Proctor. I am the lead attorney on the best team at the firm. I'm the senior attorney, and I'm lucky enough to have two baby attorneys, so to speak. They're not babies, but they're doing really good. Two junior associates and an amazing paralegal that has a breadth of experience that is beyond compare. And then also several support folks that help me with the hard things to do, and they are always tagged in my videos and always tagged in my posts, because without them sending out contracts and making sure that folks are paying on their account and things like that, I couldn't do what I do without that logistical support. And I just want to give a shout out to them real quick. But one of the things I wanted to talk about today was kind of a weird situation, and it happens. It happens a lot. I get calls from usually moms who say, my son and his girlfriend have had a baby, and they put his name on the birth certificate, and I just want to make sure that everything's okay. That'll do, right? And I'm like, no, unfortunately, it doesn't do. It doesn't work that way. They can be in agreement right now, and then 6 months from now or a year from now, they can be very much in disagreement. So what I always advise folks who are in that position to do is for them to immediately legitimate the child, and that's to actually go to court, ask for a DNA test to make sure that is in all likelihood, all probability, that 99.99999% test that we get back from LabCorp that says, yeah, that we've excluded, all the other biological men on the planet. So yes, this is his kid. We do that, and then we ask that the court legitimate the child. But the first steps need to be that even during the pregnancy, this father is expected to support the mother during the pregnancy, financially, emotionally, in every way possible. When I get a call, occasionally I do, from a gentleman who has impregnated a young lady, they'll say, well, what do I need to do to make sure that that my rights will be protected? And I tell them point blank, I said, you got to be there. You've got to be there physically. You've got to go to the doctor's appointments. You've got to go to the ultrasound. You've got to go and write a check to her every week for child support, whatever. Well, she makes plenty of money. I don't care. I don't care how much money she makes. You need to support this child, this unborn child, if you want to have any rights to the child following birth. And sometimes I'll actually have a young man who will do that, who will follow my instructions to the letter. And they will then come back to me once the baby's been born, and we'll file a petition to legitimate the child. And we'll show, even if the mother is married to another man, I can disestablish that legal assumption of paternity and make my client, the legal father of the child, with all the rights and privileges. Being on the birth certificate is meaningless. It does not give you a right to visitation. It doesn't give you a right to custody. When you have a child out of wedlock and you put your name on that birth certificate, or even if you don't put your name on the birth certificate, the only right you have in Georgia is the right to pay child support. And people look at me like I have three heads when I say that. Yes, you have rights. You have the right to pay child support. They're like, if I'm paying child support, I ought to be able to see the child. Well, in Georgia, those two things aren't connected legally. And if you want to be a part of your child's life, you need to legitimate that child through the courts, get a court order of legitimation, and you need a lawyer that knows how to navigate the legitimation laws, that knows the latest cutting edge Court of Appeals and Supreme Court rulings on legitimation, and how that can affect your daily life and your ability to connect with your child on a deeply personal parental level that you want. You make a child, they're your responsibility. The old you dance, you got to pay the piper kind of thing. But you want more than that, don't you? Don't you want to have a relationship with that child that you've created? Some guys don't. They're willing to write the check and then be done with it. But those aren't fathers. Those are sperm donors. But if you want to legitimate a child that you've had out of wedlock, then give us a call. I'm Judy Sartain with Stearns-Montgomery Proctor, and I'd be delighted to talk with you.